All right, in this video, we're going to cover the category collection manager. So if we go to category collection manager here on the home page of Datify, we open it up. What this allows us to do is create a collection, a smart collection, for every category that we've managed in the category manager. So you can see here, these are the categories that have been managed in Category Manager. So let me just show what I mean by that. If we go up to Category Manager, and I expand this out to show all these nodes, this t-shirts, for example, has been managed, and you can see that by the darkened icon. And what we're doing with this one is we're keeping the category. So as long as we've gone into Category Manager and decided to keep all the categories that are there or move them or whatever we want to do. But you have to take an action here so that category collection creator knows to use those categories. Right? And if you want to just quickly set them, you can go show all without settings and then bulk action set all categories with no setting to keep category. And that way you can, if you're happy with all of them that are in there, you can just set them to all keep category. And then when you go to the category collections manager, they'll all show up here. So in this store, we've got this many different categories set. It's 29 of them across all the, I think it's 133 products. So when we go to create collections, it's going to create 29 collections. Now the include descendants is a really good feature. So in smart collections, when you create a smart collection, using a category as the rule, you can have it include the descendant category. So one of the categories in this store is reptile and amphibian substrates. There's another one for habitats, right? So if we go to the SPT, the Shopify Standard Product Taxonomy, and you don't need to do this, I just want to illustrate for you how this is working. So here you can see the category of reptile and amphibian habitats has subcategories of aquariums, paludariums, however we say that one, terrariums, and vivariums, right? So if in the manager I select include descendants, the rule for that, habitat one will include the habitat category and these 4 subcategories also. I usually set this on by default because it's a nice feature. So here I've got it checked. And then you can say which sales channels you want to publish it to. For now, I'm just going to publish it to the online store. And then you can also create a navigation menu from this, right? And the nice thing about the navigation menu is it's going to respect the taxonomy that we see in the Shopify SPT. It's going to respect that hierarchy. So what it does, it's going to give us a menu that we can use as a starting point for these collections. Now you're probably going to, once that menu is created, edit it, change some text, move things around, but it gives you a nav menu that you can then go edit. And so you can see here in this store, I just want to show you, the most recently edited collection is plants. We're going to run the migrator, and then you'll see all the new collections show up, and we'll look at those. So we're going to include the descendants. We're going to do online store, and we're going to create a navigation menu, and we're just going to call it categories. So create collections and nav menus. We go ahead and do that. Datify is going to go off and do the work for us. It'll give us a little status here, and we are done. All right, so now let's go look at our collections. Do a refresh of this page. And you'll see we got the 29 new collections. And we were talking before about reptile and amphibian habitats, I believe. So let's see if we can find that one here. Do a search. So reptile and amphibian habitats. And you can see somewhere in here. Oh, here it is. It includes the subcategories of the selected category. So this checkbox here was the same as that checkbox that we set back before we ran the create collections. So there we go. We have, a smart collection for that. Now let's look at our nav menu to see what that looks like. And if we go into content where menus are stored, we go to menus, and you'll see here, right, we named it categories. So here's our categories meta field. And we have this whole hierarchy here of the categories using the same structure of hierarchy that the Shopify product taxonomy uses. So if we go to the habitats one we're looking at, reptile amphibian supplies, habitats, and what it does, right, because nav menus only go 3 levels down. We can't have any more than 3 levels in a navigation menu. So what we did here is, and remember, the habitats was 4 levels down. So it was animals and pet supplies, level 3, level 4, and then level 5 even, right? So what we do is we give you all of those collections, and we call flatten them out. We put them all at level 3 if they're a level 4 and a level 5. So what ends up happening a lot of times is stores will, don't need that top level one, right? Animals and pet supplies. So they'll take the live animals and probably move it up to the top level of their nav, right? So let's just take, for example, pet supplies and move that to a top level. And the same thing with live animals, move that to a top level. And then you can delete this one here, the animals and pet supplies. And then if you go into your pet supplies, you can move these to sub-levels now, because now they're on level 2 instead of level 3. So most stores, when they use this, create the menu item, they're going to edit that menu quite a bit to get it to be customer friendly for their product catalog. So that's how you can use the tool in Datify for creating smart collections based on your product categories. Thanks for watching.